Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 5 of 19 of the 2025B ARC Formula One World Championship. We are here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. That's a bit of a tongue twister. And getting ready in the booth here for an incredibly wet race. They're undergoing some heavy thunderstorms here, but we are going to keep it dry, me and Matthew Stotts, as we watch these drivers tackle this 14-turn circuit.
Yeah, it's gonna be about discipline today, you know. Even our championship leader is, trying to get on that power pretty early. It's a whole wet race for us around here. I mean, quality race. I mean, it's not gonna stop. So you gotta really be disciplined and not make many mistakes. Pit entry is gonna be a point or a spot to watch when it comes to pit stops.
Yeah, it is genuinely going to be a bit of a tougher race, I guess, than we've seen in the past. The issue in the past, obviously, always track limits, but this is a completely different beast where the rear can step out on you and you can take out a bunch of cars. With that said, I have faith in our drivers to be able to tackle this circuit. This track has brought us a lot of incredible races here in the past, and of course, this is the kind of main testing circuit that I assume everybody just kind of knows based on the fact that this is kind of where you go when you want to test the car. So everybody should know this one pretty well. Everybody should kind of have a handle on it, wet or not. And we're seeing Maxime Van Avermaet back here now beginning to top the leaderboard here by an entire second.
Yeah, he still had half of his ERS left to use, so some guys were kind of getting a feel for the track first lap. I do expect the times to kind of get faster, could possibly see 120, 126s. I expect 127s for sure. But gotta find out later.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a bit of a forecast for this race anyway. Um, from from AccuWeather, we are thinking it's going to be heavy rain for all of qualifying, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 1, cars slowing. And after qualifying ends, the race start will be in heavy rain. We'll have a bit of a lull in the middle of the race where it'll drop down to light rain and then pick back up into heavy rain at the end of this thing, at least so the forecast says. Will be interesting to see how true that holds and how well the drivers know that as well, because obviously when we put the lobbies together, we know the weather, but the drivers may not know nearly as well. So a lot of research goes into that pre-race for the drivers at the front of this field when they're looking at stuff like the weather, because they know we do it a bit different to most leagues. So definitely worth noting. Just taking a look at the weather before this. Bit of a loose
I was
moment
always
there on the curb for Ronan Pinkley out of the penultimate corner.
let's see. So yeah, Maximum got it to a 127.5. Yeah, so I expect these guys to do multiple laps on one set. Um, And yeah, almost had an issue in the pits there actually with the Ferrari, and I believe the Aston Martin. Casper, cannot remember the Aston Martin's name.
AJ Gonçalves on that car.
Oh, wow, another AJ. We love that, don't we?
We sure do. Not a lot. Not a lot of them.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
Bit of a shame we're not seeing Oliver Knott here this week. We know from experience the last two races that he won, and also the race at, well, I guess Spa, he was leading at that point, so Spa was one of them. But the last two races he was in contention to run away with were both wet races, and he's not here for this one, so bit of a disappointing time for the rain to fall for him, but perfect for his competitors to take advantage, and perfect for Maxime Van Averbeek, who is going to have a massive advantage. And as you said, Stotts, we're seeing our first 26s of the session from Maxime Van Averbeek, who's got another second over his teammate.
Might have underestimated his speed. He could, if he's really feeling himself, could push to 25. So look, I mean, this is his what, third, fourth lap?
Yep.
Third lap, yeah, and he's looking to be saving up to do another lap, honestly.
Yeah, and it is worth noting in wet weather, you can kind of get away with lap after lap after lap, just burning that fuel, and just kind of doing. I mean, a 5-lap stint in the rain in qualifying session isn't really unheard of. It's more rhythm than tire wear at a certain point.
We got some people on the enters here, AJ.
Do we?
Or at least trying. Yes, the Williams. The Williams is looking to make a run on, or he's trying. He's struggling very badly, so I expect him to come back in.
I'm also seeing Sean Reese, I believe, out on the intermediate, and is that also? That might be a wet tire on the Mercedes. It is. The V-carb of Caden McDonald on the inter, and the Aston Martin of Sean Reese on the intermediate. All three of those guys.
And Jamie also. Jamie has now come out on the inters himself, and he's sitting third. I'm pretty sure he set that on the wet tires, so you know, I guess it doesn't hurt to experiment during quali, even especially if you have a time down. So I just don't think it's going to be anywhere near faster than the wets.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, honestly. It's one of those things in this type of weather. We do know it's heavy rain through both of these things, but if you can stick to the drier line, there's no reason that the intermediate can't be as quick. It just may not bring you an advantage in the way that you think it might. And we're watching here with Sean Reese. As soon as he gets off of that line, it's greasy out there.
Got to figure out real fast. Let's see, what's the sector time for the Williams? Sector 1.
I was going to say, speaking of, Maxime Van Averbeek has slipped that intermediate tire on and is headed back out onto the track on it.
You know, the rain doesn't look as bad. Maybe I'm delusional. I'm just, you know, I'm just not all there.
Well, it is worth noting that this weather is unapproximate, so there will be parts of the weather where it lets up a little bit, even if we put it on heavy rain, where it might just be intermediate conditions. And this might be one of those moments. That's the thing about rain. The track will evolve, and there will be moments in qualifying, even when the rain is consistent throughout, where it's quicker. And this seems to be one of those moments.
Come on here on Oliver James. You know, he's usually fast in the good old quality sessions. He just always has struggled to put a race together. So maybe the wets, you know, in a rain race, maybe that could help him. Maybe.
Yeah, you know? He is absolutely crying out for a good result here. I mean, taking a look at Oliver's last bunch of races, his last points finish was nearly 7 races ago in the USA, round 14 of last season. And since then, he had a didn't start at Mexico, a finish out of the points at 12th. He was the last car running at Brazil. And this season has been an absolute train wreck for Oliver, with not a single point scored, 3 DNFs in all 3 of his starts, a 13th, a 15th, and a 16th place finish. And he's currently sitting P27 in the standings with no points scored. But with that said, wet tire, only a second off from Maxime Van Averbeek, and he puts himself clear of Ryan Messer. So it's a thinner field this week. One would imagine this is the time for him to put himself on the board, as we have a Ferrari off into the sand trap, and Maxime Van Averbeek attacking on that intermediate tire here in the later stages of qualifying.
He's off. He's only 3/10 off in sector 1. See if he can make that up here. I mean, that's still pretty good though for an inter compared to a wet. I mean, It has possibly let up a little bit to where it's given options to do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 8/10 off now. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, it's always good to experiment in quali rather much than in the race. Um, you don't got to really, risk taking a chance and making a mistake and choosing the wrong tire.
Well,
Because for all we know, this could go the same way in the race.
he's realized, dipping into the pits here on his way in, and you saw the tires lock up on the way in there. He's realized, you know what? This intermediate isn't any faster. I'm going to go put the wet on while I still have the chance to put it on and go back out. So we'll see that car come out with a much lighter fuel load for probably only 2 laps, the installation lap and then a hot lap, because I can't imagine he's getting more than that in at a minute 30 a lap. Well, he might get 2. It's hard to say. He's going to get
It's
back out here
possible.
before a minute. He's really got to get back out on the track before a minute 55 to clear
That would
that
be
bar.
one lap. It's going to be one lap, it looks like, for him. His teammate, though, is going to have a shot 2 laps.
Well, it seems like they're clearing him out of the garage already. We see the mechanic now. Yep, Jack has come off the front of the car, clearing the McLaren out. He's taking the fuel out of the car quickly. Same with the Ferrari. They will get out here with about 30 seconds here of clearance. Oh, that is tough for the other Ferrari in the pits. Jamie Cavanini, was it Jamie Cavanini?
Oh.
One of them is in there blocked in by the other Ferrari that has just come in. It was on his way out of the pit, it looked like, I think. Am I correct? Maybe he's not coming back out. Jamie Cavanini? It doesn't look like he's coming back out. Not yet. He won't make it for more than 1 lap here, and at the rate he's going, he may not even make it for. Oh, here he comes out of the pits.
It's gonna be tight. Okay. He should be good, but that's the communication you need to have with your teammate. I mean, that could have easily costed him a lot more.
Casper has retired. That was the other Ferrari in the pit. He won't have enough time to get back around, and he knows it. P4 will be the best he can do, and we would expect Jamie Cavanini, Ronan Pinkley, and potentially other drivers as well to go a little faster. So we might see him kind of fall down the order. We see Maxime Van Averbeck now trying to put some temperature in that wet tire. Now this could be the best lap we will see all session from him. This is the one that counts, and he'll know it. Really trying to get as much temp into that tire as he possibly can. And let's take you for a ride around the circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. Down the main straight, the longest straight on the track. Prime overtaking opportunity here into turn 1, especially in the rain with no DRS enabled. Down into turn 1 and then up the hill into turn 2. You can take a significant amount of curb there. You just don't want to hit those yellow sausages on the inside. Lining yourself up for the long sweeping right-hander of turn 3. And then into turn 4 at Repsol. This is a purple sector 1 for Maxime Van Averbeck. Now you want to watch all the way to the right side. There's many lines to take around this corner. Turn 5, but you do want to get a good exit here. There's a nice wide curb on the exit there to take. Turn 6 was that little kink, and now turn 7 here. You're gonna want to watch that sausage curb on the exit there. It can be a little slippery in this weather. Now turn 9, almost flat in the dry, but not here in the wet. Now down toward turn 10. This was recently reprofiled only a couple of years ago to its old format from the early 2000s and MotoGP. Now through turn 12 and into turn 13, also reprofiled, used to be tighter into this little chicane here, now flat. A small lift here through turn 14 and down the main straight. That is going to be a 126.383 for Maxime Van Averbeck. But can Oliver James, who's coming through this last corner, doesn't seem to be any purple sectors here for Oliver James, but he'll be the next one around this circuit. he will go up to, he won't improve at all, actually. That's only P3 for Oliver James. The Mercedes has spun in the last corner, one of the only cars still on a lap. V-Carb is slow in the last corner as well. And the only other
That's
car
gonna be it.
seems to be the Haas coming through the last corner. And that's definitely
Yeah,
not a
he's
quick
doing
lap.
drift challenges. It's a 1-2
So,
for the McLarens.
yeah, we have our order. Another incredible result for Nuclear Fusion Racing. Maybe looking at what could be considered one of the best seasons in terms of results from a single ARC team that we've seen in recent history. I mean, it has just been phenomenal result after phenomenal result from these drivers.
And that's I mean, there's been some great teams in AF1. I mean, especially from like back in the older AF1 days. I know your team was popping really good. Team 44, y'all were doing amazing stuff in the earlier F1 games. So I mean, it's crazy, and no disrespect to NFR, but I wasn't thinking they'd be one of the teams that could put on this type of dominance. I mean, especially before they got Maxium.
No, and I mean, it is completely unexpected because this is not a team that has had any real level of success. I mean, and they've gone through multiple name changes, multiple ownerships, and a lot of drivers, some of which are not really memorable in terms of the grand scheme of who you consider, um, I suppose, memorable in ARC Formula One. And it has just been a massive turnaround for these drivers, or for this team with these new drivers. Obviously, both are in their second season with the team now, and I mean, consistency is incredibly important. Um, Nearly wasn't the same crop of drivers at the start of the season. Austin Wilmot had been signed to that second seat, replacing Ryan Messer due to what was described as a communication breakdown. But Messer was, after a while, re-signed to that second seat just before the season started. Wilmot kind of left out in the cold, but we haven't seen Wilmot in a car this season yet. So, arguably, the right decision
Yeah,
for
yeah, by
NFR.
far.
Yeah, I think uh, I think it would have been a little bit short-sighted to replace Ryan Messer. But yeah, these two once again, and this is exactly the type of a team setup you want to have to a committed second driver who will always pick up the best result possible that isn't challenging your first driver, because then there's no drama and they're not taking points off each other. It truly is like the dream setup NFR has going here. And the what it reminds me most of, minus the win Messer actually has picked up this season, is that incredible season 6 roster of Connor Stanek and James Gibson in the Team 44 lineup back then, where Stanek won 12 of the 16 races and they just absolutely ran away with the constructors, despite such a massively talented second team of Hairpin Racing Team that was going up against them. That was, of course, um, headed by Harrison Seeley and their second driver, Spencer Marsh, also very much capable of a lot of podiums. But James Gibson, second driver, not challenging the first driver and just completely ran away with the constructors. And it really is genuinely the team setup you want. So my advice to Riker, the team owner of NFR, would be, take this moment and build upon this and just continue to get these two drivers what they want to stay put in these seats, because this is, as a team owner, this is what you want and this is what you strive to build.
Oh, enters. Oh, someone done missed their stop. No, he didn't. Oh yeah, he did. Well, we're in
Well,
for a treat.
Yeah, this could be interesting for sure. It was supposed to be a heavy rain start. Looks like the weather has lightened up enough for inters off the start, but we may see this get heavier sooner than later. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and they're off down the main straight. Maxime Van Everbeck seems to have gotten a good start as we wait for the camera angle. Already well clear of his teammate, but Ryan Messer's tucked into the slipstream.
Ooh.
Oliver James has taken P3 easily, but gets hit from behind from the Ferrari. I believe that was Jamie Caminini now falling down to P6. And now Oliver James down to P4 as Casper Solarm makes his way up to P3. The Haas is doing battle in the back for 7th and 8th. And now Oliver James tries to make a move, sweeping around the outside of Repsol. Now I'm seeing wing damage at the back of Oliver James' car. Was that Alexander Lopez in the Vision 47 Williams? Of course, both of those Williams reserve drivers this week. We may be seeing mistakes out of those two. And the field now single filing out. And NFR will be very happy to see how it has single filed out. And we have a bit of a battle going on at the back there. Haas making a move on a Ferrari. That's Ronan Pinkley has passed Jamie Caminini. Caminini, I believe, might have wing damage. Let's take a look here. Car seems to be in fine shape.
He did make contact with Oliver James on the front stretch there at the start, and I was wondering if he actually got wing damage from that or not, but I couldn't tell. It looks good though.
And Thomas Dickin now into P10. First time starter, the only first time starter in this race.
I know it's only lap 2, but I mean, the gap's only 8/10.
Ryan Messer is
granted, I don't want to jinx.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ryan Messer is absolutely keeping in check here. And also, Oliver James making his way up here. I've got to wonder, is this the race where Oliver James can actually finish and get away with a decent result? It's only lap 2, as you said, but man, he is a driver that needs a good result here. And he does seem to have the pace over Ryan Messer. We're watching him close in. Now up the hill through turn 9. Very, very nice tight line here. The rain seems to have lightened up a lot from what we expected here as we pass under the new bridge down the back stretch. I actually did not know that even went up there until I just rode along, as I have not really played this game as a driver yet.
You know, I will say Ryan, he looks a bit squirrely there, this lap. I wonder if he's pushing it a bit too much there.
I think honestly, I think pushing to keep yourself with a big enough gap to P4, that's where Ryan needs to be. He has shown incredible improvement. Actually, Maxime Van Overbeek makes a mistake. He's down to P3. I was going to say, I thought I saw him loose on the curb through turn 1. On the exit of turn 2 there, the left rear, he just dropped it on the red paint on the corner exit. And he just about looped that car around but kept it under him here. And this is going to be the opportunity now for Oliver James. Of course, Ryan Messer, he's always going to put up not as much of a fight for his teammate compared to that car behind. So the quicker Oliver James can dispatch of his teammate, the better. The rain does seem to be a little heavier than expected for this intermediate tire, and I'm not seeing much of a dry line like we saw in qualifying.
I'm not either. It's it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, you know, as the race goes on, if it gets heavier and when it gets heavier, you know.
This weather, to me, this weather seems intense enough to justify attempting a wet tire for some of those drivers in the back, truthfully. But you never know when it'll lighten up. Now, once again, purple for Oliver James as they bob and weave down the front stretch. In the back, Alexander Lopez into P5. Of course, that may end up being a more permanent fixture if Lopez decides to return to full-time, as whispers of George Knight's departure from the Vision 47 team have been ramping up over the last week or so. But we are yet to hear anything concrete about that.
Top three pretty much checked out here.
Absolutely, and we're also seeing Maxime Van Averbeek close right back in on the back of Oliver James. Now these two, this could potentially be a moment of a driver who may not want to give up the position, because this is a very good opportunity for him. And when a driver isn't put into a position where they have an opportunity, however early in the race, sometimes they get too aggressive. And so one thing we're going to want to watch is to make sure that these two drivers battling for second right now, Van Averbeek and Oliver James, don't tangle while going for something. And Maxime Van Averbeek looks to the inside, tries to scare Oliver James off the line, but James does not take the bait this time. Up turn 3. It's been a great race so far. This circuit always putting on incredible racing here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Wet or dry, we seem to have banger after banger here. We have a crash in turn 1. The V-carb of Caden McDonald has spun round, and I believe the two Aston Martins tangled as well. I thought I saw Thomas Dicken involved in that, but maybe no damage on anyone, it seems.
Gotta think here too, if you're Ryan Messer, I mean, you're sitting first, and hopefully you stay first when it comes to the pit cycles, because I would want to be the first one out of the three, and especially out of your teammate, that hits the pits first.
And that's just it. Your pit, or your teammate, is the most important person you need to beat when it comes to a rain race, because the weather can change on a dime, and then you're on the wrong tire, and that is a huge, huge disadvantage when you're on the wrong tire in a wet weather situation. And Oliver James is going to want to watch the track limits there. I think I saw him step wide in that last corner there. You may want to take a look at the track limit warnings and see if we've got one there.
He got one.
Yep, so
actually, yeah, he's got one. Okay.
That'll be something to watch for him. Because as we know, Maxime Van Averbeek does not make those mistakes.
Kind of pulling right here on Maxim, and actually Oliver James is right on Ryan Messer, so Oliver seems to have really good pace in the rain here. We know he has good pace. He's just been, unfortunately, mistake prone where he almost spins right there.
Oh, that's just, you know, him being extra anxious on the throttle. He needs to get there, and he knows he's got to dispatch of Ryan Messer as quickly as possible, because that will allow him to pull a gap. He's evidently got the pace over Messer and really over Averbeek in the pack at this very moment, so it's really about capitalizing when you have that advantage.
I do think Maxime has lower downforce compared to Oliver, at least. I'm just, you know, I think that could play a part in, you know, passing opportunities, you know, having the lowered wings and all that.
And we are riding along with Oliver James here from the point of view back to Maxime Van Averbeek. Van Averbeek going for the overtake. Too wide through turn 1 and 2. Looks like Oliver James is going to mostly hold on through here. Now he's on the outside of turn 3, and there's contact. Oliver James off the track all the way into the sand trap. The two drivers making side-to-side contact, and Oliver James will not be happy about that one.
Can't blame him necessarily. We got a wreck back here. The other Williams actually had spun. Is that Alexander?
It is Alexander Lopez seems to have had an issue there. I don't know if the Haas was involved. He was off the track as well and seems to have dropped some positions, unless I'm making that up in my head.
I think you may be right. I thought I saw the same thing. And then again, we both could be making it up in our head. Who knows?
We may well be.
Oh, Oliver James, he's struggling now. I mean, yeah, he's struggling pretty bad.
This is what you call driving angry. Get a little bit of sand on your tires and you start making mistakes because you're annoyed and you want to get back to where you are and you have to push so much harder. And then you make more mistakes and you get angrier, and that's really a cycle you need to mentally break, because if you don't, you end up in the wall.
Can't blame for being angry, but obviously you gotta have a calm head.
Yeah. Well, anger doesn't necessarily win out in those scenarios in a race car. Driving angry is not really... You can't outdrive yourself, ultimately. It doesn't really work like that. Ransdal is retired in the pits, and now Oliver James with another oversteer moment hits the bottom of the car.
Oh gosh.
Curb strike at the bottom, and now just falling down the order. Ronan Pinkley going for a move here.
I wonder if he's just racing like he's giving up, truthfully.
Well, he did kind of get shipped out of the way there, but it's hard to say.
It was tight, but you know.
Now doing battle with the Haas. Haas down the inside and makes the move stick in the mirror. I still see that Alpine in the background, and out of that corner the Haas sideways on power, but makes it stick.
Oh,
and down the inside.
My goodness. He has the speed. We know he does. It's gonna be a long drive for him here. I believe he's about 11 seconds off of Ryan, or 12. So
something like that
to get back there.
And it could have been a lot less, but as we said, driving angry does not help.
Now Ryan needs to think about Maxium here.
Is that a...
Whoa.
We have a car, that's a full safety car. Alexander Lopez seems to... Yep, that's... Red flag! We have a red flag in this event. That's huge
for Oliver James!
Huge for Oliver James, absolutely. I believe the Williams spun into the pit road attenuator. That's now the fourth time this season we've had a car hit the end of a pit road wall.
Seems like these guys are racing the pit wall more than the actual drivers around them.
That is absolutely unheard of. I don't know if we've had it happen 4 times prior to this season in the 15 seasons before this one.
No new faces, so you know you get new.
Yeah, but the drivers who've hit the pit wall aren't new faces.
Well, yeah, not new faces, but I think some people also could be trying to figure this game out. This game's a little bit different than last time. Oh, here we go.
And now we have 5 red lights. And off we go again. Now Ryan Messer, the car in the lead, gonna try and put the power down the best he can. He's got the positioning down the straight, and Casper Solarm seemed to have a bit of a look down the inside there of Maxime Van Averbeek, but Van Averbeek will hold on. Now Oliver James trying to make a move on Casper Solarm and has the inside into 3, but Casper holds it around the outside. We have a yellow in the back. Aiden McCarthy has spun. And now Oliver James working to get past that Ferrari of Casper Solarm, because he knows this is his chance to get back up with those McLarens. And now is his shot. Casper is a little bit slower than Oliver James. Down into turn 7 might be an opportunity for him, but he'll think better of that one. Not going to be an opportunity. Scares Casper off the apex. Now can he get down the inside of turn 9? Another shot. This one more reasonable potentially, but gives it up again. Oliver James not quite making that move as quickly as he needs to make it. Thought about turn 10. Not going to make it happen there. Too far back. Can he do the switch back into turn 11?
What needs to be noted here is that Casper's on 10 lap, but he didn't switch his enters. Casper's still on 10 lap old enters. He did not change his enters at all.
And we'll take a look at that. The tire detail As of right now, it seems 3 drivers still on that 10-lap old intermediate. Aiden McCarthy, Ronan Pinkley in 5th, and Casper Solnarm in 3rd. So this could potentially be a situation for these drivers. Now Oliver James working on the back of Casper Solheim again. Now might be the chance into Repsol. Keeps the inside.
Ooh.
Now he's got the overlap, but the Ferrari has the run. The rear absolutely screaming for grip under Casper, but it's just not coming away with it. Once Oliver James dispatches of this Ferrari, he'll be able to make his way up to Ryan Messer. He's not that far away, but he's got to get it done. Now up toward turn 9, staying to the side. Can he make it work here?
I wonder if that was a fast violation right there.
I don't think that was. Now down the inside of turn 10, staying on the inside over the sausage curb. The Ferraris once again squealing for grip. Now hanging it around the outside of 11, trying to do the crossover. A little bit of front to rear contact, but no grip down there in that wet stuff. This might be the opportunity with
He needs it.
With Casper wide in that last corner, but is he defending with overtake? We would assume so. Now down the inside, Oliver James. What? He does not go for that move.
I would have really, wow.
I would have gone for that one.
He needs to be on it there. He needs to. He knows he's fast. He needs to. He's playing too many games with this Ferrari, and this Ferrari is. Oh, that's a penalty. Yep.
Yep. And
yep, I saw that one coming.
That is the risk you play, or the risk you take when you're sitting behind a person. You gotta make that move as quickly as you possibly can. Now down the inside, not enough overlap that time for the Ferrari. There would have been in turn 1, but just not quite.
That's what he should be doing though.
He does need to keep making those moves.
In there.
Eventually you'll scare the Ferrari off the line. It will happen, and if you don't and there's contact, well, that's how she goes sometimes.
So be it. He most likely be able to even get the time that he needs out. If he was to get, penalized, so what? So be it. Whatever. He's really fast, and he knows it. He's just got himself sitting behind a car who's on 11 lap older tires than him, and he knows he needs to get around him. I mean, they're 3 seconds nearly up the road on him because of it.
Now this is going to be the shot for sure. Here we go. Surely he can make this work this time. The Ferrari's so wide in that last corner.
Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, Casper had more ERS safe. He needs to... You might as well pick up another warning trying to pass him, honestly. You already got the 3 second.
Yeah, there comes a point where the risk-taking needs to happen. Just dip the right rear off into the red there. That was nearly an accident. Can't get on that paint in the rain like this.
This is keeping this Haas in it too. But he's struggling really bad.
This battle is immense, and as we speak of this, Maxime Van Averbeck now up to only 5 tenths behind Ryan Messer. What a race from Ryan Messer so far. Nearly halfway into this thing, and the only real change that we know that will be coming up is that weather crossover. That will come eventually, but hopefully not yet for these drivers.
Well, I told you that there could be someone who pops in that you don't expect to have a shot, and there he is. I mean, and we see it clearly. It's hard to pass. Maybe not for Maxime. We know how he is, but I mean, you never know. I mean, he might struggle to get around Ryan here because Ryan hasn't really used his ERS.
Ryan seems to be using it this time on corner
exit.
exit.
Oliver. Come on.
He's close again out of that final corner. Surely.
No,
He's burning ERS for sure. Take a look down the inside this time.
Pick one. He's going to get himself caught by the Haas. There you go. Look outside. Look outside. Aw, ooh. See, he should have went outside right there, honestly.
He might have been able to make that one work.
Ferrari was? I don't know how much damage. Did he pick up any real damage right there? No, it looks fine. I know he tapped him a couple times. Not too sure how how sensitive these cars are to damage, or how how
They're
strong.
sensitive, but not quite that much.
I mean, Oscar is just. Did I call him Oscar? I'm sorry, Oliver. Oliver is. I mean, his tires are getting burned up. Just trying to pass him. I mean, not even really him trying at this point. It's just kind of just. There
And
you go.
down the
There you go.
inside, here he goes, trying to make the move. He scares him off the line. He was well enough alongside to justify that one. Now the Ferrari's gonna try and keep it in.
Oh, come on, naughty. That's naughty.
Well, that was about the same as the corner before. I think that was
Ooh,
justifiable.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you saw that. Oh man, I thought.
Yeah, that was close. Now again, just a better run out of that last corner from the Alpine driver, Oliver James, but just not quite gonna have the run.
I don't know if you sent it from right here, a little too
There
far.
he goes. He's going for it this time. Too far back, though. That was nearly an accident.
It was. Good thing he saved it. See, this would be where if he can just get a good run out of 1 and 2, set himself up for this long right-hander. I mean, we see that Ferrari it's stuck to that bottom. It doesn't want to go any wider. See how slow it is too when it's on that bottom. So I mean,
This
you
corner.
used to look at that as a passing zone.
I was going to say, you can also look at turn 4 Repsol as a corner to set up a move into turn 5. Turn 5 is a good overtaking opportunity at this track. It really is an underrated one.
Don't look now, but Jamie Cabaniti, he's saying, hey, how y'all doing? He's joined the fight.
He sure has, and also, now that this pack's kind of spread out a little bit, it might be worth taking a look up the road at the gap between Ryan Messer and Maxime Van Averbeck in these two McLaren seats for first and second. Messer seeming to struggle a bit out of that last corner, but Van Averbeck still managing to keep it under him. What a race so far from Ryan Messer.
Ferrari went off there on the last turn. He's probably messing with getting a time penalty himself, if I'm correct. Let's see that one. I don't see nothing.
Purple this time for Maxime Van Averbeck, track getting a little faster, and that rear stepping out for Ryan Messer. And now 4 cars on the line for P3.
Shoot, at this rate, we might get this Williams involved somehow, some way.
Yeah, the way it's going, the Haas having a little moment there out of turn 5.
Oliver probably needs to cool the tires down. You know, he probably overworked him there trying to pass him. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, you are.
I think Van Averbeck's going to have a big chance this time.
Oh, I see.
Ryan Messer struggling a bit on the rears this time.
I wonder if Ryan will go wide here in this corner. I know sometimes when the tires start to wear out, they go a little wide.
A little wide, but not much. But he was all 4 off the track there briefly. Can Van Averbeck manage to get a run this time on his teammate? Not quite. You don't really want to take too many risks on your teammate, and that is ultimately what we're saying. And meanwhile, down the field, Oliver James has caught back up to the Ferrari here.
This is perfect. Look for the run on the outside. Look at the outside. Don't go inside. Look outside. He's going to be slow.
He took the look that time.
He's just playing. I think he's just trying to give his car some dirty air, truthfully. That might be also what he's doing. Fair game. Fair game.
Maxime Van Averbeck now right behind Ryan Messer this time.
If you're Ryan Messer, I mean, what do you do here? Do you adjust how you run your lines? Do you try and play the aero blocking game as well?
If I'm Ryan Messer, I'm hoping my teammate wants to see me win this race and is willing to sit behind me, because I think that might be his only hope, and that is not any shade to Ryan Messer, but Maxime Van Averbeck has found a way every race this season on Oliver Knott, who has at some points just looked insurmountable at races like the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix last week, and then Van Averbeck just finds a way by anyway. So I don't know what you can possibly do to avoid getting passed by Van Averbeek in this series. Now Van Averbeek working on Messer again through turn 2. Oliver James working on Casper Solarm, not going to make it work this time.
Yeah, he's locking the tires up. Now he's really. This is kind of what happened.
Van Averbeek alongside Ryan Messer. Breaks early. Messer sends it in to try and defend, but will it be enough? It will be this corner. What incredible racing between teammates here. Lots of respect given. They know they've got 8 seconds to play with here, so they're not really all that worried about it. And ultimately for Ryan Messer, there are 2 fights happening here. 1, you're fighting for the race win. But 2, the more short-term fight, you're fighting to stay ahead when that rain potentially gets heavier. And I'm starting to see those droplets pick up through this sector. I don't know about you, Stotts.
No, I am. It's picking up for sure. I think like Maxim looked to pass him right there. I don't know if he did or not. It just looked when I switched back.
Here comes Van Averbeek. He'll have a run this time through that last corner. Not as much as I maybe expected. Oliver James has left the session.
James.
We will send him another invite just in case.
I got him. I have him at it for sure.
What a shame for him. And Van Averbeek alongside. He's alongside Ryan Messer. He's into the race lead. Ryan Messer hangs it around the outside. He keeps it there. Will Van Averbeek be able to keep this inside line into Repsol and keep it working? He's keeping his nose in, but will it be enough into turn 5 here? It's slippery down there on the inside in the rain. Now trying to keep it around the outside. Ryan Messer just expertly placing his car to keep that car in the lead. Oh my goodness, what a race it's been from Ryan Messer. He is defending with his life in this one. What a drive
well,
it's been.
I don't have him added.
I sent an invite to Oliver as well.
Oh, you did? Okay, alright. I'm sorry. Alright. Thought I had him. Really good. It's the other Oliver. But man, it's a great battle for the lead. I mean, clean racing too, right? That's what we love.
Yeah, you do have to absolutely love to see this type of racing, especially between teammates. What a shame for Oliver James again. Of course, if he doesn't come back, must be another finish out of the points for him, as we do still have 10 drivers who are on track here. Now Jamie Cavanini catching up to the back of the Haas. Van Averbeek working on the back of his teammate again through turn 3.
Gosh, he's getting
wide that's
nearly in the grass. Gosh, just look how Ryan just turns the car. He's giving it his all.
Yeah, that rear is screaming, but he's doing his best. This could potentially be
able to make it to the end here if they choose to.
What's hard?
Will they be able to make it to the end here if they choose to? If they have, do you think they can, or do you think that's pretty?
Well, I think some cars will. I think those cars on 10 level starting ones are going to find it hard pressed to get to the end, but and they might have a choice. It's hard to say, really.
Casper's done a great job, I will say, though. I mean, fending off Oliver, and he's actually staying around the same, 8.5 seconds these past couple laps. I mean, he's staying time-wise, same margin of gap or whatever. So, I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, they're kind of still working for him. Can't say the same about the Haas, but he's done a great job regardless as well. I mean, still sitting P5.
Yeah, absolutely. The Haas on that old tire compound. Jamie Cavanini, actually, I just missed that overtake, has made it past Ronan Pinkley. And what I was going to say... what I was going to say is this is quietly turning into a very good race for Asphalt Racing Team in 3 and 4. Very big points day for them. Of course, we only have 3 different teams with both cars in the top 10, and that third team, 9th and 10th, is just clinging on to those points, so... Now 11 laps to go for Oliver, or sorry, not Oliver, for Ryan Messer, who is.
I don't think Oliver's gonna come back.
No, I'm thinking not. I'm thinking this might be the end of his race, which is a massive shame for him.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate.
If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Oh, Ryan Messer, goodness, man, he's trying everything. I'm looking at his fuel light. His fuel light is at yellow. I'm not too sure what that really means. I know blinking is bad. I'm assuming yellow is he's playing you know, a dangerous game.
Well, yellow just means you're on target, to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
So it's something. Yellow, I believe, means, hey, watch out, you're on target, just don't go under your target. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure either, so maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully not, but maybe.
A topic that might be discussed here in maybe like 6-7 laps. This Williams, I mean, obviously he's going to pass Oliver James here, but he is getting a bit quicker, and he's on pace to possibly even pass that Haas. I mean, obviously on penalties he would, most likely, but on track as well.
It's hard to
Brian goes
say.
a little wide right there.
Would be good for the Vision 47 team, of course, who've had a miserable last couple of races in terms of potential points versus actual points scored. George Knight, of course, having not scored since USA last year with a, or sorry, that was Oliver James who scored in the USA. When's the last time George Knight scored? Let's take a look at that. George Knight's last score was the last race of the season last year, Brazil, where he picked up 2 points. Prior to that, it was all the way back in the Netherlands with a P4. So, 2 points in the last really 4 months for George Knight is a bit of a tragic run for him, and could be interesting. But up at the front, the battle is raging on.
Side by side.
He keeps it hung in this time,
man.
Maxime Van Averbeek. This is his shot, but Oliver James says, you know what? ERS is enabled. I'm going to keep this. Thank you very much.
I will say Ryan Messer, he's perfectly fine with letting Maxime kind of poke his nose in there. He's not really using the ERS even when, you know, he's having to battle him, so he seems not too worried.
I will say, there is an element of what I think is teammate respect here, where I think Maxime is saying, hey, you can win this race because you have run a really good race, and I'm okay with finishing in second because my closest competitor is not here currently. And so I think that's kind of what's happening here. But also, if Ryan makes a mistake, which is entirely possible, Maxime's not going to hesitate. He will take that position and gladly take a victory. So this is also Ryan having to race his butt off to keep Maxime behind him. And let's be clear as well. This is not Maxime being slow for Ryan Messer, because if you look at the gaps behind, there are completely serviceable drivers of Casper who is, you know, in his kind of normal 10-second back slot. I mean, this Ryan Messer is genuinely running a phenomenal race here, and that's not to take away from him whatsoever.
He's had to be doing this. I mean, not only did he have to do this with Maxim, but before Oliver James and Maxim had their little tangle, he had to hold off Oliver as well. He's been doing this since when Maxim made that first mistake.
Yep.
What lap was it? Lap 3, lap 4?
Yeah, it was lap 2, I believe.
So he's been doing this for 20-something laps, and he could very well be doing this till the end of the race, and that would be over 30 laps that he's had to defend.
And that's not even to mention the fact that we had a red flag restart where he had to do it all again. So, I mean, and again, let's keep this in mind here. Casper's 11.2 seconds back after we had a lap. What was it? 12 red flag. Like, the pace at the front is not slow. These guys would have probably a 22-second gap over Casper right now, if not for that red flag. So, I mean, ultimately, Ryan is having a phenomenal race right now, and I must wonder, is this, you know, the start of something, or is this just a one-off performance from Ryan Messer?
I tell you, confidence will build a person. It will build a person up, and that confidence will lead to bigger challenges, bigger risks. I mean, quite essentially, bigger balls. I mean, excuse myself on that, but really, I mean, he's gonna be more eager. I mean, he's gonna be more of a hard charger, most likely. I mean, this is what any person I honestly would think in this field would take, a confidence moment to where you can win a race, nonetheless against the best driver in this league currently. I mean, that confidence would, through the roof. Through the roof.
Absolutely.
Not many people can hold him off on a restart. A restart. A standing restart, nonetheless. To hold him off, I'd feel like the best man in the world already.
And he didn't just hold him off either. He outstarted him and then forced Maxime to tuck in behind because he was already that far away at the start. And that rear end is squirrely now. Maxime looking to the outside into Repsol. But once again, Ryan just putting his car into a really good position here. Ryan says, you know
this one's going to be a little more tough.
Yeah, but he, once again, every time through that turn 4-5, he's okay with leaving that in. Oh, that was a close one for Ryan Messer. He's okay, though, through turn 4 and 5, leaving that turn 4 door open to keep Maxime on the right-hand side of him so that he always has that left into turn 5 and he can defend down the hill. And that is a really, really great defensive move. Now that gap down to 0.8 of a second. Is Maxime harvesting or saving some ERS here?
He was. I think Ryan actually picked up on that as well, because it looked like he coasted right before on that straight. He coasted a little bit before actually, braking. So I think he started to recognize what Maxime was doing. Maxime not using though, but Ryan is.
The laps are winding down here. Next time by, it will be only 5 laps to go. And what a race it will have been. And that's a shame for a time penalty there for Thomas Dicken, who may have picked up P5 if not for that. But
yeah, he's
still
making good time there.
Still time to go for Thomas. He can, another Ronin time penalty might just do it. But also, worth noting, I think this is going to be a race that Riker Lommel will be looking at fondly come the end of this season, because this has been a really, really phenomenal race so far.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but Casper still actually has to pit, doesn't he?
So it's a wet race, so you don't actually have to do a pit stop.
Oh, you don't?
No, you don't.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You don't have to do a pit stop in a wet race. You can go to the end on whatever compounded tire. It doesn't matter after it's declared wet. What I will say is I'm actually really surprised this intermediate tire has gone 27 laps, and I find it hard to believe it'll go 32.
If it does, round of applause. I mean,
absolutely.
Truthfully. He's actually making time on these front guys. I think that just speaks for how much Ryan is just trying to stay in front of Maxime. I mean, this is amazing. This is beautiful.
That rain is starting to come down a little harder now. Maxime trying to make that trying to make that outside work through Repsol that time, but not quite gonna get to the outside of Ryan as he throttles up and just places his car in the right spot again. I mean, it's what we've come to expect.
Sean Reese, I believe, is that who it is?
Yeah, Sean Reese about to go a lap down here. Caden McDonald in the pit lap, or from 9th place, he'll go down to 10th. Let's see, Caden McDonald has indeed made it past the pit road attenuator this time around. Not crashed into it like we saw at Imola.
Oh, here we go. On the outside for Maxime.
Maxime way out into the slippery.
Might have been searching a little too hard right there.
Blue flag board up and easy pass for these two drivers on Sean Reese, who makes a very respectful pull-off spot there. Casper with 3 seconds.
If I'm Jamie Caminini, I need to try and get within 3 seconds. Then right there, he needs about 2.5.
Yeah, you know, the other thing worth noting, you know, we're starting to see time penalties. Ryan Messer has not put a foot wrong all race to the point where, does he even have a warning, this guy?
I don't think he actually does.
And that,
no,
like
he
that,
he is clean.
That is really phenomenal driving to put yourself into a position to defend all race long against Maxime Van Averbeek and not even have a single warning is just incredible, in my eyes anyway.
Hey, if it gets a little sketchy for him, you know, you have warnings to use. You have warnings to use. If you want to use a warning to, you know, make sure you can kind of save yourself, he could do it. I mean, he can. So can Maxime. I mean, they're both sitting on no warnings at all. So this is a near perfect race at the moment for these McLarens.
Absolutely. And they are putting on a show too. We thought maybe with Maxime...
calmed down a bit.
Yeah, they've calmed down a little bit. It seems like Maxime might be mounting a final charge here. 0.6 of a second down now. And now Casper actually starting to close in on Ryan Messer and Maxime. It seems both of these guys kind of slowed the pace up, and Casper's picked it up a bit here at the end.
I think they were ERS managing, to be quite honest. Both of them were at the high 90s, I believe, right there. Oh, here comes Maxime. He's making a charge.
Around the outside this time. Maybe we'll tuck into the inside around Repsol. If he can get to the inside at Repsol, it might be a shot. That rear stepping out once again for Ryan Messer.
Well, that's smart of Ryan. Hold that inside right there. See, swing it out to the outside, and then you cover the inside. One retired in the pits, I believe, or no? They just wrecked.
That's a retire in the pits.
Oh, he wrecked.
He's crashed on the first stretch.
Is he?
He's stuck on the curb.
Oh, his tire popped. That's another issue. His tire went out. Left rear.
Tire is
he's gonna
off.
have a long drive.
Ronan,
get out the way, yeah.
Ronan Pinkley with a really, really disappointing ending to this thing. Now we gotta watch.
About Casper too.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to. That rear tire is gone. And we are past the point of no return here for safety cars. So, safety car comes out, that'll be it. VSC still potential, but it doesn't look like we're going to see one here as the Haas still trying to limp back around here. Also, oh, I am noticing here. We are going to enable telemetry for Ryan Messer here. This is where
things... you starting to see what's going on?
Yeah, I am noticing what has gone on. That fuel is becoming a situation for Ryan Messer here.
It is.
With large lift and coasts. We have a car now with the rear tire just gone off that thing. Just shredded.
Maxime isn't pressing though. I wonder if Maxime is, I don't know. It's interesting.
I think Maxime honestly is...
Oh! Okay, never mind.
I think Maxime honestly, and this is my personal opinion, is recognizing how good of a race Ryan has run and how much he deserves this, and is kind of doing a team hold situation here. And this is something that, sorry, pardon me, when you have a a teammate, I think this is well within your right to let your teammate maintain position. What I take issue with is when it's somebody not on your team.
I'll tell you what, Ryan's good from here.
That fuel light out?
I mean, yeah, he's in there.
Fuel light is
yep,
out.
It's going. I mean, even if, like you said, I agree with you. I think Maxime is recognizing how good of a job Ryan has done. And it's something you can't take away from him. I mean,
fuel light was out, but now the fuel
hard.
light's flashing red.
Oh, no.
This could be the story of the race here. Ryan Messer flashing red, but he's not lifting into the corner, so he must think he's good. Obviously, we don't have all the data here up in the booth, but we have to trust here that Ryan Messer has enough. Seems to think he does, so. Those shifts are short on the corner exit for sure. He's not using ERS. Only about half a lap left to go for Ryan Messer to hang on here with that blinking fuel light, and he's not really losing much more time to Casper Solarm, so. Maxime Van Averbeck right to the back. Right to the back of his teammate here.
What a race.
What a race from these two drivers, these two teammates. Ryan Messer with another victory, his second career victory and second of the season. What a run from him. P3 will go to Casper Solarm, who hangs on a 33, that is, yes, 33 lap-old intermediate tire. Jamie Gabonini, P4, making a 3-4 for Asphalt Racing Team. And Thomas Dickin, P5 in his ARC debut for the Vision 47 team. Hangs on for 10 points, even with the time penalty. After that, if everything maintains as is, obviously Oliver James, not a actual driver, won't be a factor here. That means that the top 10 will be AJ Gonçalves in P6, Caden McCarthy in P7 if things hang on. These three, of course, 7th through 9th are close together. Caden McCarthy. Oh, Caden McCarthy's tire, I believe, has just gone out. Has it? No, it didn't. Sorry.
No.
He's on he's on a new tire. Yeah, he's on a new tire. He had a bit of a lag glitch looked through like it was through the ground there. And then Sean Reese, of course, he's a lap down. He's already crossed the finish line. And Ronan Pinkley just trying so hard to get back around the track on that shredded tire. He says, you know what? It's fine. I'm not pitting. I'm just driving.
Lewis walked so he could run. I mean, even though he isn't winning the race. He's technically going to get a point, though. He's going to get a point, though, technically.
He will get a point. He will get a point. Wow. This tire is really phenomenal.
I'm just still shocked that Casper was even able to make it all the 33 laps. That's
33 laps on an intermediate tires is truly an amazing performance. Like, these guys have this race has a lot of storylines. Ryan Messer holds on for his second career victory over his teammate. Really just like an immaculate teamwork from these two drivers to make that happen. Casper makes a tire go 33 whole laps to the end. Like, that's intense. Ronan blows this tire. I mean, not really a storyline, but funny to watch. And Oliver James, of course, the negative storyline from this race. And also the red flag. I mean, a lot happened in this one. A lot happened in this one. And I would say I enjoyed it start to finish.
Oh, no doubt. It was one of the, I mean, it was, we had everything. We had everything we could ask for in a race, especially a wet race, nonetheless.
And the Welsh driver P won his second career ARC victory and second of the season. That should raise him just about up to the back of Oliver, not in the standings, and put him solidly P3. and it'll also keep Nuclear Fusion Racing, who have had a phenomenal season so far. They were second last season in the points by 47, Division 47. This season, they've already got a 70-point lead over Vision 47, 4 races in, and it does indeed look like that will be extended massively in this one. Asphalt Racing Team looking like they'll head up to P2, but Ryan Messer looking like he'll definitely be P2. This will be his 3rd podium of the season, and he hasn't finished worse than 6th yet this season. What a race from him. Driver of the day, I know it says Thomas Dickin for positions gained, but I got to give it to Ryan Messer from our end. And
oh, no doubt.
Looking at this, this is what a race. I don't really have much else to add than that, but what a race. And you guys can take a look at the order here. The time penalties, of course, showing there on the right side of your screen. And keeping in mind, Oliver James will be scored as P11, not P6, but P11. So still no points for him, another DNF. We had 10 finishers in this one. And that last point going to Ronan Pinkley in P10. Maxime Van Averbeck will maintain his points lead significantly in this one. He hasn't finished worse than 2nd yet this season. His finishes are first, second, and he doesn't seem to be slowing down at all this season, so we're sure that will keep up as well. And what a phenomenal first wet race of the season. Let's hope we get more of these, because that was truly enjoyable, and hopefully hope for a bigger field next time as well. But
yeah, I mean, this is beautiful.
Beyond that, I would say this is about where I want to call this the end of the broadcast. Just a shout out to our sponsors, but also shout out to Matthew Stotts, our co-commentator here, and sponsors, of course. Check out dive-bomb.com for motorsports news from motorsports fans. simleaguepro.com for how to run your league very easily with a drag and drop system. And also check out the Racing Rats Discord server to get some awesome Assetto Corsa mods that we are also partnered with and involved with. Beyond that, this has been AJ Knickel and Matthew Stotts from round 5 of the 2025 B-Arc Formula 1 World Championship, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time at the Monaco Grand Prix on August 8th. Until then, goodbye.